In order to understand where we are, we have to know where it is that we're going in order for the phase two to make sense. But let's review what we've gone over in the last couple of videos. Phase two is a place that has a set of different graphs that reveal a total search market value for all the themes in a cluster. Phase two should have been a result of using VOMA to zoom in or hone in on what I call topic grouping and scaling, simply because you need to have topics that are around the same topic. Now, when I say scaling, or the same theme and topic, there's a difference between a topic and a theme. For example, flower essence is a theme. Okay, Edward Bach is a topic within the theme of flower essence. But if your client wants that as a topic on their website, remember where we're going, guys, is to determine whether or not it's going to be a silo or not. Now, all the time in your mind, you should be thinking to yourself, okay, if it's a million competing pages or less, it's probably not that much competition. So the determination that you're always moving towards, which is flexible in both kinds of analysis, is that when you get to the blueprint phase, you're going to be asked, let's go over there real quick. We're going to jump ahead just to remind us where we're going. Okay? When you create a new blueprint, okay, we're going to call this, let's call this Floor Alive. Okay, because it doesn't matter what you call the blueprint. We're going to call this full. Let's say I purchased the full blueprint function. And then immediately what happens is we're shown a fold out version of everything that appears on our VOMA screen. And it's telling us, hey, we could, if we wanted to, pull a blueprint from any one of these phases. And by the way, we're not ready yet because we haven't even really fully determined what our KGO is, our keyword generation only, our theme defining. We don't really need to know. Our theme defining is going to be phase 3. Like, we're going to know by the time we get to phase 3, we're pretty much going to know what our theme defining synonyms are. Primarily because we've spent so much time getting to phase 2 and really thinking clearly about this. When we get to this phase, we're going to see a phase 4, and we're only going to select it out of phase 4. Okay, but then it's going to open up and it's going to say, hey, do you want to create a silo? Adding new silos. Remember how silos work, guys? That's the keyword page that you're targeting all the inbound links to, and through buoyant PageRank begins to flow up, not down, because you are going to do some deep links to articles. But keep looking, this is where you're going to focus your attention on. I'm just helping you out a little bit because we haven't even got a phase 4 to draw from. I'm trying to remind you where we're going. 80,000 pages for Dr. Edward Bach. Okay, Dr. Bach, your algorithm is taking all these things into consideration. Total search market value. Dr. Bach is a little bit higher, but you have to consider traffic as well. So if you don't, these are nowhere near a million pages, guys. So what you really then begin to consider when it comes to phase 3, can you just use these? Okay, look at this. A theme with less than 1 million competing pages is generally too small to be a silo. There may be few or no supporting keywords generated for this article. In other words, be careful if you're going to spend whatever the price of the blueprint is, because you may not get back some SIPs and all these things you're paying for. In other words, these might be just as good as articles, and or they may be clustered together as a single theme. In other words, you may be copy and pasting these and forcing these to become synonyms in phase 3. Now that's very, very important. This is where everyone drops the ball. And all of it depends on, this is why I call phase 2, not just the drill down phase, but the topic grouping and scaling phase. And already from the VOMA, let's go back to the VOMA. Already from the VOMA phase, whether or not you decided, hey, okay, you've had a bunch of conversations with your clients, you've even done a breakaway VOMA just because you wanted to just drill and do breakaway after breakaway. That's how you do it, guys. You zoom in on a topic and find all of the different things, okay? And we happen to do that in the Flora Life VOMA. But let's say you really wanted to focus on Edward Bach. You don't really need to because there's just not that many competing pages. What you're really looking for is some search engine proven synonyms and keyword generation only synonyms. I personally do most of my brain damage during the VOMA phase, and then when I view all clusters, by the time I get to the Edward Bach phase, I've already kind of got my theme defining synonyms set up. Whoops, that's VOMA. Let's go back to the phase 2. Here you go, here's phase 2. You've got this nice graph to show. Remember, and in phase 1, you've already done a mini white paper generator, so you know that there's very few competing inbound links. What does that tell you, guys? It tells you that maybe a silo, since you have so many related topics, you could probably make a silo out of all these. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean.